Hi, this is Tiffany from Lanyap Interiors. If you've just purchased this spreadsheet, you must be getting ready for a home improvement project, so congratulations. You know that planning and budgeting upfront are just crucial to the success of a project. And I'm a bit of a spreadsheet geek, so I'm really excited to show you how to make the most of this tool to manage your project. Every client we meet within the studio here to discuss a project always has the same question. They all want to know, how much is this going to cost me? Since that's almost an impossible question to answer before I even know exactly what it is we're going to be doing, we created this spreadsheet to help prospective clients answer that question for themselves. And then it just turned out that it's really useful to take through your whole entire project. So from there, it has grown into a super valuable tool for project planning and organization. So let's start with a quick tour of each tab. So down here, you have kitchen and living room, your master bed and bath tab, which gives you the bathroom and the bedroom items. The guest room, we've got 2 guest rooms set up here. I got a little space here for exterior spaces. Laundry room, and last but not least, housewares. Across the bottom, you'll find a tab for each room or area of the home. Each tab is formatted the same way. We have listed the items you need to purchase and then the quantity here, and then a high-low budget range for each item. The price ranges are based on typical projects we've done in the past couple of years. Then over here in red is the column where you add what you are actually spending as you make purchases, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. So if you're looking to answer the question of how much will this cost me, go through this line by line and look at the cost range I've pre-filled. Let's look down here. So for example, kitchen cabinets. I did this by the linear foot, so you would need to adjust your quantity, of course, and this is typical in the VI. So do you agree with the prices that I've pre-filled? It might be different in your area. If you know you want a large leather sectional sofa and everything you've looked at in local stores in your area costs $10,000 to $12,000, then plug those numbers in down here in living room for your sofa. But if you're looking at this and thinking, I saw a couple things on Wayfair I could be happy with for $700 to $900, then go ahead and put those numbers in for your budget range. Just make sure you think that there's actually a real life item in that price range that you might want to own. So each area on each tab shows a total here at the bottom. All of those individual totals come together over here on the whole home page. So right over here, you have each room, each area throughout: kitchen, dining, living, master bed, master bath. You have the high-low ranges that have been pre-filled with all the items and summed up, and then the actual costs in red. If you're looking at this high-low range here at the bottom where it totals and thinking, yep, that's just about what I thought I'd spend, then great, you're pretty much done with budgeting. If you're looking at this going, oh no, we cannot spend that much, then you can use this spreadsheet to reverse engineer a budget for yourself as well. So put in budget ranges for each of the items back on the tabs that will get you to your desired total. Then start Googling to see, once again, if that's realistic. Are there items out there in your preferred price range that you're going to actually like and want to own? So the point of doing this work up front is that you'll now be able to start buying with confidence. So next, we're going to look at how to adjust the lists that are pre-filled in here. Now, some people I know are just also spreadsheet geeks like me, and you already know this. But just in case, let's go through it. So I always start with a copy of the plans. As you look at each room in your plan, walk through the space in your mind and adjust the materials list for the items you're actually needing to purchase. For example, over here in the beginning of the whole home, if you're not going to do crown molding, then we'll get rid of that line item. So we'll highlight it over here, use the box that says the number of the row, right click on that, and then hit delete row. All gone. And then let's say you need to add a line item for recessed lighting. So again, we're going to hit the number for the row. We're going to right click. We're going to scroll down to insert. You can do above or below, your choice. And now you have a whole new row. And you can add this and say lighting. And how many do you need? Well, you might need 57 individual recessed lights, so they are sold by the each, most likely. And what do those usually cost? They're probably anywhere from $30 to $50 each. So if you find that this is not totaling, because this should be 57 times 30, right? You're going to just want to fill down. So come across here. Where it is totaling, come on down and hold down the control key, hit the D, and it'll fill for you, just like that. If you feel like this is not totaling correctly, you might need to look up here and say we want this total here to be a sum of everything in row 6 through row 14. Right now, this is showing that it's summing rows 7 to 11. So let's go ahead and change that. We're going to make the 7 into a 6 and the 11 into a 14. And then you just hit enter. And now it will be totaling correctly for you. So that's how to make those adjustments. Now let's look at the different rooms that are preloaded here. You have master bed, guest bedroom, guest bath 2, and this has been set up for a 3-bedroom home. So let's pretend that you need to add an extra bedroom and bathroom setup. You would simply come over here to this tab that you want to duplicate. You want another one of these. Right click and hit the duplicate button. All right, now it gives you a copy of guest 3 bed and bath. So you don't want it to be called that. So we're going to right click it again. We're going to come up here to the rename. Now it's highlighted and we can call it anything we want. So we'll call it guest 4 bed and bath. And hit enter and you are good to go. And that same thing works if you don't call it guest bed 1, 2, and 3 at your house. Maybe it's called Sarah's room. So you can rename this and just call it Sarah's bedroom. Whatever works for your family. So the last tab over here is the housewares tab. And we've set this up and pre-filled it as if we're doing a rental home here in the islands. So you probably don't need everything that's on this list. So you'll need to go through and kind of delete the items that you don't need. Maybe you do not need 24 beach towels. Maybe you have plenty. So just go through it. But we put it in here because it is a very real line item in a budget. We all take for granted that there's always just a coffee maker and a toaster in our homes. But when you all of a sudden have to buy them all at the same time, it adds up and it gets expensive. So if you are doing a new build or you're remodeling to the point that you're throwing out all of the old small appliances and such, you should really go ahead and add this into your budget. So just a little helpful tip there. So now let's head back over to the beginning for some other really cool features on this. So let's go over to the dashboard page. So here we have a large graph at the top that shows you visually where you are with your proposed budget at any time. The red line represents the estimated high end of the budget range, and the blue line represents the estimated low end of the budget range. The yellow line is your actual spending. So when your yellow line is in between the other two, then you are right on budget. However, realistically, there will be some rooms where you decide to splurge and you run over a little, and other rooms where you can cut back a little to keep the overall budget balanced. Down here below the large whole home graph, we've set up some smaller bar graphs in much the same manner. Again, the blue is the low budget range, the red is the high budget range, and the yellow is your actual spending. And just a quick note on freight on the whole home page over here. I've plugged in 25% because that's a safe guess for Caribbean projects with freight forwarding and local customs fees. If you're not shipping to an island, you could use a much lower number that would be more appropriate for your area. So up here, you see in the freight column, we have this multiplied by 0.25. So you would just, if you want to use 7%, you would change that to 0.07 instead. Now let's talk a little bit about buying and shipping. Once you've got your budget figured out, you are ready to shop. You will need to keep track of the invoices just in case anything needs to be returned or arrives broken, that sort of thing. If you're shipping to the Caribbean, your freight company will also require it, as will the local government when it arrives. So we just love to use Dropbox for this. It keeps everything handy, it's organized, it's in the cloud, it can't get lost. And then it's easy to put our hands on years later if replacement parts are needed for something. So here is my sample example for how to keep up with your ordering. So let's say that you're ordering trim pieces for your stairs right here from Home Depot, and you found them on the Home Depot website. So here's my stairway trim. You'll just copy and paste all this information from the website into the spreadsheet. So take it straight off of Home Depot's website and put it straight over here. We're going to purchase it from Home Depot. I gave myself a little note. It's Schluter is the manufacturer. Rondeck is the model or the style number. We're going to get the brushed nickel, and it comes in 8-foot lengths. Now I also always try to paste a link in here, so it's easy to get back to later. So you just copy here, highlight this whole bar up here, hold down Control C for copy, and then come right back over here to the links and Control P to paste. Just another little note, quick tip. While you're on the vendor's website, you can save yourself some time and effort if you scroll down and find the installation guides and spec sheets. Home Depot, Lowe's, Build.com, all those kinds of places will have links for that. So if you just grab it right now while you're working on purchasing, and save this in your Dropbox folder, you'll have it when it arrives and your contractor's looking for it. So just a quick tip. Once you place your order, you'll get a confirmation email from Home Depot that looks like this. So be sure to save this, since it is actually your receipt. Just hit print to PDF, save to Dropbox. And we love Home Depot and Lowe's because they just give you all the information right straight in this email. There's the carriers, UPS, the tracking number, shows my pricing. So I'm just going to take all of this exact information that I've paid $293.40, and I'm going to put it right over here in what I've actually spent. And also, we've added all our shipping information. So I'm just going to slide this spreadsheet over to the right. So we've recorded that we ordered this on December 19th. This is our order number taken straight off of this email right here. It actually shipped on the 19th. There's our freight company, and always get the tracking number. And for those of you who are shipping to the Caribbean, should something go astray or the freight company doesn't seem to realize that it's been delivered to them, if you have that tracking number, that is golden, because you can just send that to the freight company and say, the item with this tracking number is mine. Please send it. And that will help. So I hope this helps you all keep everything organized, track your deliveries, and stay on budget. Just give you one quick last look. The very last page over here on the right is our resources page. I've added a few things that you might find helpful for your project. The first link is to our mini mag with tips on guest rooms. The last page is a done for you room. Then there are links down here to some blog posts with tips on everything from how to hire a contractor to our favorite never fail paint colors. I hope this helps you organize your project and stay on budget. And if you need more help, we're always here to assist, and keep checking back with our website and social media, because we're always adding new project planning tools and more done for you rooms, as well as info on our favorite finds. Thanks again for your purchase, and all the best with your project. Have a great day. Bye.